Chapter 21.
Yeah, we know who is not the singer of the family.
What? I was in choir.
Your
And
dad and I and the harmonica are way better than that.
yep, we will we will leave that there.
Okay.
Chapter 21. For the newbies here, welcome. I'm Katie. This is Lynn, my mom, wherever she is on the screen. We wrote a book together, Embracing Your Different Ability, and we are diving into each and every chapter and asking each other questions, diving deep, talking about random things that have nothing to do with the book, but they're fun stories, so you're going to have a great time. We're not only doing this here on YouTube, we also have 28 chapters over on my podcast. The link will be below for this chapter. Please check it out. Also, get your copy of the book if you haven't already.
Heck yeah, buy the book.
I know, and if you have, thank you. We would love
Yeah,
to hear
you
from
rock.
you. You are the best. We would love
Yeah.
to hear from you and your thoughts. We really would. So, Mom, let's dive in to
Yes.
chapter 21.
Chapter 21. So, Katie, what advice do you have for individuals with learning differences who may feel alienated by certain materials, and how can we better support them?
Okay,
Some
great.
of that came from Dr. Seuss
Yes, I was just gonna
and
say.
trying to read Dr. Seuss. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is specifically a question because of the I talk about this Dr. Seuss book that my great aunt Lynn gave me. And Dr. Seuss was not a friend to the dyslexics. It's just be here.
Let me be really honest with you here, Katie. He's also not a friend to those of us who can read fairly well because I find him very hard to read out
Yes,
loud. In my
yes,
head, it's fine.
yeah, but seriously, I'm not shaming Dr. Seuss. However, English is already hard for me and people that have dyslexia. Why make it harder and just make up random words that I can't even say?
And you can't sound them out
I can't
either.
even sound them out.
No,
No, no.
no.
Dr. Seuss, if you're watching from heaven, you suck. I'm just kidding. I love you. I love you. So I think for that example, I guess just a simple, quick answer is if it's something that's really difficult for you, find an avenue that will help you make that situation easier. So for me, for this simple example, when we had that book, I kindly asked my mom, my beautiful, wonderful mom, Lynn, to read it to me because I knew that, dear God, I remember opening it up and I'm like, nope. And I handed it over. I'm
Yeah,
like, Mom, can you please read it to me? So
yeah.
that was kind of my workaround in that. And that goes for,
Do you suppose Dr. Seuss has audiobooks now?
I don't know. I should look that up. I have no idea.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Yeah,
If not, someone on YouTube probably has them all read and you can just
yeah,
watch that, hopefully.
yeah,
But, and I like to give credit to people that love reading Dr. Seuss books because, again, they're so hard. But I've heard some people read it really good. Mom, you read it really well, actually. So,
yeah.
but, just find what, if you have a struggle, we all do. So, whatever your struggle is, learn more about that, obviously. And then there are so many different options these days to figure out
Yes.
a different way to do it. And
Yeah,
it just may look different than everyone else, and that's totally fine. So that's
that's
my
right.
simple answer.
I like it. So, Katie, next question. How has giving or receiving appreciation influenced your own personal and professional journey?
Oh, I'm such a big fan for just gratitude, being grateful, and I've come to learn more. Like I've done this in the past, but I'm trying to do it so much more. Is actually telling people, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much for what you did or how you made me feel or thank you for smiling at me or thank you for opening the
Yeah.
door. I am such a jerk though. I'm going to share this. So, I can be. Let's make that very clear. In my own head, not to real people, I guess a little bit. But I opened a door for someone and I understand people have difficult days or whatever. but I
Yeah.
opened the door. Like I literally went out of my way and opened a door for someone. And they were the kind of like interesting. I could tell they were in a mood of some sort. Not that I expect everyone to say thank you, but it's the simplest thing.
Oh,
2 words, thank you, or
yeah.
wow, thank you, anything. They walk right through, and I was in a mood that day. I was a little feisty, and I said, as they walked through, and didn't even say a word, didn't even
They
look
did
at
not
me.
acknowledge you. That's the whole thing.
They didn't even, yep, nothing. I literally out loud go, "You're welcome," as I like as they walked through. They still didn't say anything to me, and I was like, okay.
Uh,
But I did what I could do. I was a nice person.
yeah,
I put it out
yeah,
there, but I definitely got a little feisty and
yeah.
was like, "You're welcome."
Yeah, I've done that before, but I'm going to tell you a little story now about doing something just for, and I know that you know this, but our audience maybe doesn't. Doing something just for the good of doing it. I have a little story about I was driving out of a parking lot one day and happened to see a homeless person, and I thought I'm going to give them some money. I just felt the need at the time. I normally don't always do that. But I drove over and handed him some money, and he said, "Thank you so much." And as I drove off, I thought, he could use that for anything. He could go blow it or whatever. But the whole intent was I intended to do it because I felt it was right.
Hmm.
Whatever he chooses to do with that money is his choice.
Hmm.
And I did it because I cared and I wanted to make sure he was okay.
Yeah.
And I think we all need to remember that. You can't control what happens beyond that gift, but giving the gift is important.
I have to share this. Thank you for sharing that because like this is something, and this is where I've really been working hard the last year to really pay attention to my gut feelings, to my inner thoughts or like quick urges of things that I want to do. Is I was driving through La Crosse and I went to Chipotle to get a quick lunch because I was like, I have a long day. I gotta get something. I turned the corner by Quick Trip in Onalaska area, and there was someone sitting there, and they had a bunch of belongings with them. Again, assuming, I shouldn't assume,
Yeah,
but that they may be homeless. Okay. So they're sitting there with a sign. I drive through and I went to Chipotle and I had the deepest, like, I have to get another bowl. Like, I was getting
yeah,
a burrito bowl. I have to. At first, I was like, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want it. I'm in my head. I'm like thinking all these things, right?
yeah,
Maybe he
yeah,
doesn't want that. Maybe he can't eat that. Like blah blah blah. Like I don't know because here I am. I have food allergies, so I'm like, what if he has
yeah,
food? Like I'm thinking all these things, and I was like, no. Like it just wouldn't leave my gut. So as I was ordering mine, I said, oh, I want another one, and then I ordered, kept it pretty like basic, like put things on it, whatever. But I'm like,
yeah,
I just don't know what he can and cannot have. So I was like getting all the things, got him a big burrito bowl. And then I went, pulled up, and rolled my window down and gave him the bag because I had gotten 2 bags or whatever. And so
yeah.
and he just looked at me. He's like, "Thank you." And I said, "You're welcome.
Oh,
Have a great day." And I like drove off, and I hope that made him feel great.
yeah,
But at the same time, when you do acts of kindness, gratitude, all of that stuff, it also helps you and
absolutely.
gives you that positivity, that fuel to keep going and doing wonderful things for people. And I just think that's what makes the world go round. Like being
Yeah,
kind, doing simple things. It cost me $12.
yeah.
$12. So whether he liked it or not, or gave it to someone else or threw it away, that's not my business.
No,
It's up to him. Like you said, it was not your business to know what he's gonna do with it.
yeah,
You never know. That could have fed him for the next
exactly,
evening,
exactly.
you know?
Yeah.
So good job, Mom. Love it.
Well, good job, Katie.
Thanks.
Okay, so onward. Last question for 21. How has losing someone important like Aunt Lynn influenced your passion for helping others and advocating for people with disabilities?
Well, she's no longer here, so that is literally my job now. So
Yeah,
I had that feeling of like she was doing it for her 58 years of
I
life,
think
I
it was
believe.
58. Yeah,
And I'm 36 and I have lots of time to keep continuing to do that. Hopefully, you never know, you never know.
yeah,
But
No.
I'm saying I'm living to 105. So
Well, you go, girl.
lots of time to continue to do that. But also, I feel like the losing part of something, I remember saying this, I was really upset. At one point in my life, there was multiple people that were passing away. And I was like, this freaking sucks. And I don't remember exactly the words, so I hope I have them right here, but I said out loud, I think I said it to my husband or maybe you, mom. I don't remember who I said it to, but I'm like, the more people you love, you know, and love, the more people you are going to lose. And
Right. Right.
and it sucks because I am so grateful with who I am, my career, my new career, what I'm building. I meet a lot of people
Yeah.
and I love it. And I get connected with a lot of people and I make friends with so many people. I make friends for a living, for gosh sakes.
Yeah.
So when you start losing people in your life, it's devastating. But I would way rather have known them and loved them and connected with them than to never have known them at all.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
that's what's super important to me is like taking each moment. I'm trying, I'm not good at this, but I am trying so hard more every single day to live in the present,
Yeah.
to be grateful for that moment. And actually, my husband and I have like a ritual. I heard it on a TikTok, and every night we we call it our own thing. I'm not going to tell you all this stuff, but we talk about things like what's one thing you learned today, what you
Yeah.
appreciate, what's something that just chaps your butt, like
Yeah.
say it because there's things that just really lately the only thing we actually say chaps your but in another word that we're not going to say on YouTube here, or what burns your gears, or whatever's like what's been difficult. And lately, mine is that I can't get rid of this cough. So that's
Yeah.
the, like, stuff like that. But then at the
Yeah.
end, we added another one of what are you grateful for? And
Yeah.
so we do that every single night. And it's really nice to just to sit there and go through that and just have that little process. It's been kind of a game changer just to be able to like live in that moment and
Well, when life gets busy, we sometimes forget what we have around us
Mhm.
and what we've achieved. And I know I've gone to, yeah, we've lost many people in our lives that has it's been devastating. But I hope I try to go into it thinking what I appreciate about them and what they've given me and the wonderful times we had. You know, you remember those wonderful times. And I hope someday when I go at 110
Oh,
that yeah, heck yeah, that
nice.
people will have those same feelings about me. You know, it's the celebration of
Mhm.
what your life was, not the negative, the sad, that's going to be there. It's always going to be there. But to remember you had wonderful times and
Mhm.
wonderful memories, that's so important for all of us to remember. And we forget to do that.
Yeah, I know. We're working on it. But yeah,
Yes.
110. I'm glad you had to one up me for
Well,
school.
no, I five up to you.
For heaven's sakes. Okay. It's just,
One more for mom.
oh my gosh, you're just winning on all levels today, Lynn. All right.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Mom, for hanging out and chatting with chapter 21. Let's go over to
Absolutely.
chapter 22. And for everyone else, go check out the podcast episode and get that book.
That's right. Read that book. Listen to that
Awesome.
book. See you in
Thank
22.
you. Love you.
Bye.
And for everyone else, I just hit the mic. Hold on. And for anyone else, nope.